I see Doran finally convinced you to leave the Snidgets.
If anyone can keep them out of poacher hands, it's the centaurs. And I wanted to thank you. When the poachers ambushed us, it was nice not to face them alone.
You can always count on me for a fight when it comes to poachers.
That makes two of us. I am glad you came to Hogwarts. It's already been my best year. I wouldn't want a repeat of Horntail Hall, of course, but I did enjoy the Three Broomsticks. Had no idea how lovely it was there.
Had you never been to the Three Broomsticks?
I used to spend most of my time with Highwing, and well, I don't know how Serona feels about hippogriffs popping in for a butterbeer. Highwing's the only one I would have gone with. Or Gran, of course.
Nothing wrong with that. Highwing's good company.
She is. Although I am beginning to see the appeal of human friends. It was nice to talk about my parents and Gran with someone. And share Highwing.
I don't suppose you've heard anything from your parents, have you?
I haven't, but I'm perfectly fine with that.
Does your gran know that we found the Snidgets?
I couldn't hold it in any longer. I told her everything. She was livid that I'd been anywhere near the poachers. But she confessed that she was rather envious about the Snidgets.
It has all been a pleasure, Poppy. Do try and stay out of trouble.
Don't know that I can. We've taken on poachers twice now, successfully. I'd rather think you've helped me develop a taste for it. And with centaurs as allies, I might actually go looking for trouble. You and I should meet for a butterbeer soon. Perhaps Highwing can join us?
Alright, here we go to the Great Hall to finally get the House Cup. It's been a long time coming. The House Cup is one of those, is the thing that is awarded to certain house if they have enough house points at the end of the year.
Revelio.
Ooh, what's this? I'm in the kittens. Nice. Ooh, here's a chest.
Revelio.
Here's a house elf. House elf. Oh, I think that's Dobby. Careful, spots, hey. Yum, apples.
Here's a welcome treat. Delicious.
Love me some cupcakes. More apples.
Here's a welcome treat. Delicious.
Anyway, up we go.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Yep. Sorry, I bit some sand. That felt weird. It's near the end of term. No cheating. Base class? Ooh, a unicorn. Whole bunch of good stuff. Transfiguration. Hello, kitty. He gets like something weird. That scene is also in the one of the Harry Potter, the first Harry Potter movie too. Except it's like weird, and Snape comes out. Professor Snape, one of the head of Slytherin house, comes out in like a dress or something like that, and it's just weird and yeah.
This year we have seen our students exemplify the bravery of Godric Gryffindor.
Yay!
And now to finish, the loyalty of Helga Hufflepuff.
Woot!
The wisdom of Rowena Ravenclaw. And the ambition of Salazar Slytherin. And so, the winner of this year's House Cup.
Excuse me, Headmaster, if I may.
Need a woman's touch here.
One particular student's heroism during the attack on Hogwarts, not to mention the level to which they have excelled in their coursework, as a new student, no less. Well, it would seem that it certainly merits, I'd say, 100 points to their house. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Professor Weasley. I suppose we have our winner.
Third straight! Winner! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Hogwarts Legacy. This game just completely mind-blowing. Like, wow. It's so open world, but it's so good because a lot of the problem, well, not because, but a lot of the problem with a lot of open world games is they just stink. They're just locked together, and this game didn't do that at all. Like, it actually had a theme, it actually had a story, it actually had a lot of really good stuff. I did like a lot of the elements that did. I got a lot of like a Lord of the Rings vibe because of like a lot of the different monsters and stuff like that. But all in all, this game was absolutely just stellar. Like, I can't find one thing bad about this game. Granted, well, actually I can. A really really wanted to nitpick, I literally could say like the first 10-15 seconds after we got our wand and our robe, the glitch where he like stuck his hand in his robe, and it was really, really funny. But like, if I really wanted to nitpick, I could seriously be like, that was literally only the only fatal flaw of this entire game. But seriously though, like, if I'm being honest, like, if that's the only flaw with this game, I'm gonna say it's pretty good. They did tie a lot of very, very well-known Harry Potter themes into it, which was fun. Granted, but given the time frame, this game took place 100 years before the actual events of Harry Potter. But Professor Black was amazing. The great grandfather of Sirius Black, who is actually the godfather of Professor Black is actually the great-great-grandfather of Sirius Black, who is the godfather of Harry. And Harry and James made sure, James and Lily made sure of that. James and Lily were Harry's parents. And all four houses were good. The representation of all four houses were good. A lot of this game was just so well done. Boss fights were awesome. The whole thing was good. The freaky spiders were actually real life. Like, it's really hard to be able to animate the spider and make it look believable. I didn't do any of the unforgivable curses, which is personal preference. But like the amount of story, the amount of spells, the amount of everything, the dueling feats, to just everything about this game, a solid 15. I know my scale goes to 10, but I'm gonna break it. Solid 15. The castle was phenomenal. A lot of the challenges were challenging. The field guide pages were amazing. Just everything about this game. Hogsmeade, everything from Hogsmeade to Lower Hogsfield to the Giants to the whatevers to the just all around beautiful game. To the hippogriffs, the animals. Just absolutely phenomenal. And considering the fact that, I mean, this is my third open world, third open world game. I play mainly linear, but I don't mind an open world game. But I played Horizon Forbidden West, and then I also played Horizon Zero Dawn, which are also open world games. Well, those were like post-apocalyptic. So I'm glad that this one was an open world game, but they actually stayed more to the story and actually made it make sense. But I totally got a lot of like Lord of the Rings and other weird vibes going, primarily because of all the monsters and stuff like that. And it was mythical and fun and just solid game. Like, I can't even begin to say how solid this game was. I highly recommend it, even if you play it just once. I mean, you can play all four houses if you so desire, but this game is absolutely amazing. Just a stellar game, at least I think so. And I've never been blown away by an open world game. Because the scale of this game is absolutely amazing, and like, it's a Harry Potter game, so you have to, or Harry Potter themed. It's not a Harry Potter game, Harry Potter themed, given the name Hogwarts Legacy. But the trials, all of the trials that were creepy as all get out. Slytherin, which is if you read the books and stuff like that, they use Slytherin the right way, and their cunning deceptiveness, and they think they're so smart and whatever. And Hufflepuff, you know, brilliant and loyal to a fault. Gryffindor, courageous and strong, and Ravenclaw, quick as a whip, as Professor Black just mentioned. But all around, I mean, nothing bad about this game. Absolutely nothing. Like, in a whole, nothing bad. Like, as far as gameplay goes. As far as, like, how the story progressed, though, it was awesome. It was a little bit annoying that you had to, like, do all the extra stuff to be able to get to the end. But that was partly my fault because I wasn't exploring the world a lot. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, thanks for watching these videos of Hogwarts Legacy. This has been a lot of fun. I am Lion of Hyrule, and I will be signing off. The amount of time it takes to make a video game is absolutely astounding. It's mind-blowing, actually, and the amount of money it takes to be able to make these games are absolutely just wow. It's seriously the Avengers of talent, if you want to think of it that way. Like, you got rules, then you have to abide those rules, and you have to abide within those rules, and then you have to make sure the rules make sense. You got level designers, you got character designers, you got everything. And it's just amazing. You've got, like, artists who do the music, and you got orchestra and pit. You got a lot of people to do a lot of stuff, and these artists literally take hundreds of thousands of hours to be able to do this stuff. It's absolutely mind-blowing. And as you can see from my playthrough, it shows and it pays off, and it's absolutely amazing. So now we're going through all of the various countries and stuff like that. Oh, and also the voice translators, to be able to put it out in the States, Germany, Ireland, all over the world. It's just wow. That's all I can say is wow. Oh, the voice acting, just... It amazes me how far video games have come since forever. Like, when they first started out, you had the EDM5, which was a little, like, thing, which was like a little box thing, and you had to put a little white screen around your computer monitor and play the first intergalactic space wars, and it was like the hokiest thing on the planet. where you had 5 ships, and the point was to get everything, was to get them to the middle, and the first one to be able to do it would win. And then you'd go to do that from playing Pong. And those of you who remember Pong, you know, it's like ping pong where you have 2 paddles in one end, on one end and the other, and then you go up and down like that, or you go up and down on the screen, and a little ball goes up like so. And then you got like games like Pitfall, and which was amazing and way before my time. But Pitfall was a 2D side scroller where you would like, where it would be literally the same screen, but you could like jump, and there'd be like little alligator teeth thingies, and you had to fall in, and be careful not to fall in. And then in like 95 or something like that, you got the like Nintendo 64 and stuff, and that was amazing, brilliant. But you had like 30-page manuals, and but then you had like the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64, or the Super Nintendo with 8-bit, with like Super Mario Brothers and stuff. And then you got like the GameCube where you had like Star Fox, and then Star Fox 64 came on the scene, and everybody was crazy about Star Fox, and because it gave you the ability to give a good story, which is fine. But you know, I understand why. The whole point of I love video games just as much as anybody else. Video games are a good way, or a good medium of entertainment, and it's just like it's like reading a book or watching a movie. You know, it's perfectly fine, perfectly acceptable. Video games are literally like, if you visualize yourself in front of a campfire with the lights and the sounds and stuff like that. Everybody loves sitting around the campfire telling good campfire stories. Same thing here, except the lights and the sounds are brighter. But it absolutely amazes me how much it's gone, how far this has gone, how far and in depth how far and in depth these stories can go. Because a lot of this stuff I didn't even know about. Like, I didn't know Professor Black was the great grandfather of Sirius Black. I didn't know that. I didn't know a lot of stuff about this game, or about the Harry Potter world. I knew a lot about the game, but I didn't know a lot about the Harry Potter world, even though I had read the Harry Potter books seriously like 30 times over. I can't get enough of those books. They're amazing. And yes, they're relatively easy to read, but they're like kid books, but it's fine. But it just wow. Just whoa. They managed to make you really, really hate Slytherin. You did. I mean, there was no way that you could not like them. Like, and that was the cool thing that I really enjoyed about it. Villainize, that was the word I was looking for. The word was escaping me for a minute. But they managed to villainize Slytherin really well, because Slytherin is, well, not inherently the villain, but like one of those houses that you just love to hate and hate to love, because they're so slippery. Like, you think you got them figured out, and then they're super slippery, and they're just makes you just annoyed. And there was no hiding that here, because when I interacted with the Slytherin house a lot so far, in this game, they did just that. They did just enough to make you love them, and then they do something completely stupid and like take a little jab at you to make you hate them all over again. Especially with Sebastian. Sebastian did that a lot. Ugh. He annoyed me so much. And he was bent on anything more than anything to be able to find a cure for his sister, which ended up not working because there was no cure, because the cure was already done. And he apologized to all the wizards because throughout the game he swore that the wizards did something, and in fact he didn't. It was in fact Harlow who screwed him, who was in fact working for Brown Rock, which was silly, but blamed everybody else, and couldn't see past his own pain for a minute to be able to just cool the jets for a second, realize, and go find some actual answers instead of being rash. Which is in fact sad, because people who do rash stuff like that usually get in trouble. I mean, just listen to this music. This music literally is the most, like, epic, amazing... Well, not this piece, but... but the music fits very well with this game. Like, it's so epic and so just... Yes! Makes it all the more awesome and all the more epic. I can't even imagine the amount of time that this has to be able to make a game like this. So open world, so big, and so awesome. Not to mention, too, you have to be able to be really, really careful, because you're taking a beloved classic, or not classic, a beloved children's story, more or less children's story, more like teen story, and encapsulating and taking it back 100 years, so you have to get all the facts right, so that it actually makes sense, so that both new people who are introduced to the Harry Potter world, as well as the veterans who are introduced to the Harry Potter world, who know about the books and who know about the movies and who know about all the blah 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 stuff, know and can follow what's going on, and then they can be like, oh, I got it, that makes sense. And then when they read the books, it fills in a lot more of those holes, and then after that they can read them. Then after that you can watch the movies, and then it fills it in even more, and you can judge for yourself if the movies actually follow the books. I mean, just look at the amount of people that this game requires to be able to make. It just blows my mind. Like, the video game industry just absolutely blows my mind. It's insane. Because it's like a multi-million-dollar industry every year. It's just nuts. And of course they bring in John Williams, because John Williams is absolutely amazing. Because he did in fact write the music for this. John Williams, in case you didn't know, also did Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, and the most awesome and the most iconic and the awesome, very most beloved film of all time, Star Wars. And you got to put all the fun stuff in about how you can't copyright this and how we're not held liable for blah 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 and stuff. And you got to follow the disclaimer and terms and conditions and all this stuff like that. Now the licenses and blah blah blah. All the fun legal stuff. There's the Hedwig theme. And the main and the main Harry Potter theme, not Star Wars. Yep, and there's the Hogwarts Express. There it is. I was wondering when we were going to get that. The amount of code that goes into this game. Just boom. Mind-boggling. And there is Hogwarts Legacy, all done, House Cup completed, and everything. Thank you again for watching these videos of Hogwarts Legacy with me, Lion of Hyrule. I will see you next time. I am signing off.